but I don't know if that's. I think I'd rather be here. No offense against the Cowboys, but anyway, reverting back to last week, it was kind of a different kind of fun weekend. It was a great weekend. It was. I mean, yes, I had a great time, and you can do that when you win the region. And we did that, and now we're here. We can have fun when you win the region. Yeah. But we've cleared hurdle 1 by winning the region. And so now here's a second hurdle. Well, I was going to say, is that a question? No. I'm just saying this is the second hurdle. Okay. And we're playing a pretty doggone good basketball team in these Highland Cougars out of Illinois. What kind of game are they going to show us here? They're going to get up and down, play fast. Right. Okay. I mean, what kind of, they play more man-to-man, more zone, or? Have you got the video? A lot. Okay. Yeah. Now, they play mostly man-to-man and mostly packed in. But offensively, they're dangerous. They're so explosive and so fast with the ball. Can get it from one end to the other as fast as anybody you've seen, any team you've seen. Okay. And that's, but I mean, you're going to expect that this time of year where this is where the cream of the crop rises. So, I mean, and it's expected to be like that. So, you're going to get nothing but better after this. We've got to get through this first. So, we're not going to get to play any more bad teams. So, I mean, I don't think so. But, I mean, this team is, in my opinion, after looking at it, again, I'm looking at paper, but I'm just saying that they have more than one very good player on this team. So, I'm talking about D'Angelo Jackson, who's the team leader, basically, but they're loaded. He's strong, athletic, good guard, averaging about 21, 6 rebounds, about 5 assists, 5.5 assists. He's pretty good. And Dang, I don't know how you say it, but most people probably say it like that. He's really good. And they're both about 6'4", and Dang can shoot it. He's shooting about 42% from 3, and which is better than Jackson, who's not shooting the 3 very well, but they have very similar stats. Right. Yeah, they both shoot over 50% in the field. Best 2 players. So, I mean, that's one thing you got to look at, and hopefully we can eliminate their play the best we can. So what's the status with Mo in his knee? Mo has a strained MCL. Okay. And he's trying to get back to where he can play at Hutch. Okay. So but they had the MRI done and so forth, and everything, and that's what they've come up with. So, and that's what we said it was, and that's what it was. So that's what Casa said it was. So what's going to be, in your mind, what's going to be the main key to pulling out a win tonight? Getting back on defense and then guarding the ball. Yeah. But I would have probably said that last weekend. Yeah. Yeah, both games. So, right. And then rebound. Yeah. So if you want to ask me what are the things you got to do, it's usually the same things. I think we're on never go. I think we had a mistake there, but they started playing that truck was schooling some hours, wasn't it? Yeah. Trying to get here, I think. But have you heard from any former Raiders wishing you good luck tonight or anything? Oh, yeah. So several. This is going to be a big game for the sophomores, and we've got 5 sophomores, and we would hope that everybody's up focused. And does the practice go well this week? Every day except for today, you came out. It went really good. Appreciate that. Yeah, thanks for running practice. Yeah, no problem. I'm here for you. I appreciate you. Yeah. Yeah, yesterday's practice wasn't good, but every other play was really good. Well, I was going to say that because yesterday was practice I came out for to check it out right there toward the end. Yeah, they didn't do it anymore. Okay. You're not allowed. All right. They did look loose. No, they were clowning. That wasn't good. Okay. Well, I love it. You probably like that, and nobody likes that on 3 years. Okay. Well, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I know you don't. Yeah. That's what I'm telling you to do. Yeah. We gotta do better. And so basically, I noticed you said the other night, and I know that Coach Brian was gone on a recruiting trip, basically, or watching somebody last week down at Hot Springs. Friday and Saturday. This morning he was gone as well. So, does it make it difficult for a coach to concentrate on recruiting, knowing that this game is coming up? How do you juggle it? The schedule? I think he just does it 24/7, 365, kind of like what you do your job. And that's true. And he's just working at it all the time. He does a good job at it. He's after some good guys. Yeah, and we need some big guys. I know that. We're losing 2 big guys. But
and Gabe, who's big.
Yeah, Gabe.
And Mo's big.
Well, Mo, we should have him back next year, shouldn't we?
We thought Mo would be able to leave, but we'll see.
Okay.
If we make it to Hutch, Mo might get to leave.
I got you.
But there could be a couple other freshmen get to leave if we get to Hutch.
I can see that. We've got a great crop of freshmen. That's something that I've looked at also during the year, is that a lot of teams that we have played, like Mineral Area and Moberly and so forth, they mainly stuck with their sophomores. And because I kept looking at the rosters, and very rarely did I call a freshman's name. So, I mean, I'm trying to figure it out. Do our freshmen play more than the norm than most teams? Do you know?
No idea.
Well, I'm just saying, because I noticed that whenever
I think that
great seasoning for our people. So I mean,
we got some guys that got drinks.
Yeah.
I like them. All right. But they might get recruited too. And if they do, they do.
I understand.
A couple of them have grades. Put it that way. So if you have grades, you can leave after one.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, Coach, I appreciate your time. Big win. Let's go pull it out and maybe make a trip west.
Okay. Sounds good.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Good luck. I was assistant coach Brian Bess, and you can hear. I mean, Brian and I have a understanding up here, and we get along great. And it's just one of those things where if we go on a trip somewhere and we're riding together, we'll talk. But we very rarely talk basketball. It's like Coach when we room together, we very rarely talk basketball, and it's more of a personal relationship. And that's the way I like it, and that's the way I think they like it. So that's the way it really needs to be. And you're around basketball a lot with these guys all year round. Well, not year round, but during the season and so forth. And I mean, that's all you're doing. You're eating, sleeping, living basketball from probably September to March or April, and so that's something that you try to do away with to try to remain on a personal key or relationship with the coaches, and that's great. I love it. So, and they're great guys, and my heart goes. I mean, not my heart, but I know it is, but my mind and everything else. I mean, it goes out with them. I mean, they do a great job, a tremendous job with these kids, and think about it. For 47 years for Coach Best, you got to be doing something right. So I know we've got a lot of people here right now that ex-Raiders and so forth here to watch this game, because this is a big deal for the Raider fan, for anybody, for any team, but especially it seems like for the Raider fans, because this would be, if we can pull this out today, then this would be Coach Best's, I believe, his 20th trip in 47 years to Hutch. So I mean, that's pretty amazing. And you understand there's a lot of programs that have won, probably maybe never been there or very rarely get there. So that's an attribute to the Coach Best and his staff and getting their teams ready to play. So let's go ahead and take about a 2-minute break and come back. Let's take a 3-minute break and come back, let some sponsors speak, and I'll go over some stats with you, and we'll move on from there. You're listening to Raider Basketball on the Storm 97.5.
Yeah, that guy, I believe that's him right there. The darker skinned guy. His name is Deang, D-E-A-N-G, D-E-A-N-G.
He's running, and after he comes over the walls, he's not doing the kid. He runs over there and goes, hey, you gotta get out of here, like, but one of them was like, yeah. He wasn't can't guard it yet. We're like, let's just say one of the rider and Balbano was running around, couldn't find anybody to hug, you know, they know what to look at. He's from Bernie, right? He's from Bernie?
Yo. Do what? Yeah, that was no problem. Yeah, that's why we told him that we heard them tires screeching. So Brian heard it. It's all good. Now, if for some reason we win this game tonight, of course, you know, we move on to Kansas, and I don't know what our schedule will be, and as soon as I find out, though, I'll text you. Huh? Yes. We lose tonight, we're done. Okay. All right, Roger Burton back here at the Best Activity Center, and as we just heard with assistant coach Brian Bess. Now, this is an important game. We've crossed that one big hurdle. We had a great time last weekend. I mean, we understand that, you know, things happen and so forth with situation with Moberly that they had against State Fair on Friday night, which caused their debacle on Saturday night, of course. But, you know, and that's part of basketball. You've got to know the rules, and we'll take it any way we can get it. And it's like Coach Brian Bess, he says, you know, winning by 30 or winning by 1, a win's a win. That's the way you got to look at it. And also, like he said, we're not going to face any more bad teams from here on out. So, I mean, this is where we got to play our A-plus game and keep at it. So, you know, I'll tell you right now, going into this game against this team, we have a 7-2 record against them. Of course, so we hold the edge there, and we can hopefully make it 8-2 after tonight. So. But we're 7-2 against this team, so we hope we've got some success. So we just hopefully we'll be able to continue that. Now, like I said, this is a very talented basketball team. They played. Let me get my notes here real quick, and we'll just go from there. But we'll go over that in just a minute. But you know, now the Raiders, they're 25-7. And basically, we advanced to this game by knocking off the 9th-ranked Mineral-rated Cardinals. Then, as a matter of fact, that was the second time in 2 weeks, because we beat them 71-70, advancing to the Region 16 championship game against Moberly, who was ranked 19th in the nation at that time. But Moberly advanced by beating State Fair by 100-82 score. But then in the championship game, the Raiders beat Moberly 85-58. Last Saturday, as you know, in Jeff City. Now, I gave out some information because I was informed, and we talked about it all year, that all we had to do was win region, and all this team had to do was win their region, and both teams will go. And but then we found out later that it's next year, but nobody told me. So I apologize for getting everybody all excited. Heck, I was excited, you know. So, I mean, but hopefully I'll be just as excited tonight, and we'll see after the 40 minutes of basketball are played. So now the Cougars, they're Highland. They come in with a record of 26-6, and they were the number 1 seed in their Region 4 tournament, and they advanced after getting a first-round bye. And then they defeated Malcolm X last Saturday, 88-80. They then defeated Kennedy King, the Statesman, this past Monday in overtime, 89-86, and that was on the Cougars. It's this Highland team's home court. So they squeaked by Kennedy King to be here. So, and Highland is no stranger to Region 16 teams. I'm going to tell you, this year they traveled to Moberly to play in their classic. They beat State Fair 89-88 on Moberly's court back on the 25th of November. And, of course, that's Thanksgiving when we were having ours here. The next day, they faced the Greyhounds but lost 94-86. And then on the 10th of December, Moberly traveled to Chicago, and they took on Highland, beating the Cougars 120-108. So they can put points up on the board. I mean, they can play with the best of you. So if you're going to score, you better be able to play defense because they'll get back. And like Coach Bryan said, they're quick. They can run up and down the court. So some Cougars to watch. We talked about number 1, D'Angelo Jackson. He's a 6'4" sophomore guard, and he averages right around 20.7 points a game, shoots a little over 52% from the field, and about 30.5% from above the three-point arc, and about 64.3% from the charity stripe. But he also pulls down almost 6 rebounds a game, and he's making him the second highest rebounder on the Cougar team. So we got to be sure we can block him out and take him out of the picture. Another to watch would be that number 11, Deang. It's D-E-A-N-G. D-E-A-N-G is his name. Okay, he averages about just under 17 points a game, shoots over 55% from the field, and 42, almost 43% from above the arc. And he's a very good free throw shooter, about 78.5%, but he also pulls down about a little over 4 rebounds a game. Of course, the next stop for one of these teams is none other than Hutch, Kansas, for the 2017 NJCAA National Tournament. And the last time the Raiders were there was in 2012, and they went there and dropped 2 straight games and come home. However, in 2010, the Raiders made it to the championship game, but they lost it to that Howard, Texas team in overtime. So, you know, those are things to think about now. And also they've changed the format now, whereas it's a one and done. So when you go there, you're not guaranteed 2 games. You play 1 game. If you lose, you're done. You come home. So that's a new format that they've started. And what they do now is you've got 16 district winners, and then those district winners, like this is a district, a district game. So they got 16 of these districts, and then they have 4 zone areas where, like we talked about, where both teams, all they have to do is win their region and go. So there's 8 more teams, because you've got your winners and runner-ups going. So, and then we've got 4 at-large teams that they were allowed to come, and they look at it afterwards. Here's an example. Hutchinson, they're number 2 ranked in the nation. They played Coffeyville the other night, and Coffeyville beat them for the region, I forgot what region they were in, but won that region tournament, which basically knocked Hutch out. However, Hutch more than likely is going to get one of those 4 at-large teams bids, so they will probably be there. And it's usually they look at the higher ranked teams to give those at-larges to if they don't move on in their region. So we'll just have to wait and see. I really don't like that aspect of it. You know, I wish they'd just go back to a 16-team format where, you know, it's a double like they used to do, but it's money, folks, and that's all you can say about it. You know, the more teams that participate in the national tournament brings more money to the community of Hutchinson, and so I mean they're going to do anything they can do to make money because they're going to be there no matter what. So talking about the community, not the basketball team. So we have to look at that as an aspect of why they do what they do. So it's much like the NCAA tournament. You know, if they look at, or like the NCAA for football, they look at matching up teams who's going to draw the big buck. And you may not like the matchup on it, but they're doing it for money. And that's a shame, because that's the way I feel about it. And instead of putting the best matchups on the field, they're doing it because, hey, these two teams may not be the greatest, and one's probably going to blow out the other one, but, hey, they're going to have a bigger draw and bring us more money in the area. So that's what they look at. And, again, it's a shame that they do that. But that is all said and done. So right now we got about 8:20 before we tip off this basketball game. So let's go ahead and take about another 3-minute break. Let some sponsors speak. We'll come back and I'll give you some stats. So you're listening to Raider Basketball on the Storm 97.5.
Hey, did we get their starters? We have theirs? No, give me numbers. I know it's 1.
All right, Roger Burton back here at the Best Activity Center for this action. As you can see, the Raiders are getting ready to here they come back out now. And we've got a nice crowd, but it could be better. We got some room. Come on out and get in here as Cam Reedus leads the charge. And this will be Cam's last ball game here in this at a home ball game for the Raiders. So him and Osadeus and Gabe and T and Pip. That's their last. This is their last opportunity to put on a show for the fans here at home. So, and we wish them well. Talking about the Cougars, their leading scorer, we talked about him as number 1, D'Angelo Jackson. He's a sophomore guard, about 6'4", averages 20.7 points a game. He puts up a lot of shots. He usually shoots anywhere from about 8 to 15 shots a game. and he averages 52% from the field, so he's a deadly shooter. Now his three-point area is only about 30%, and then he shoots about 64% from the free throw line. But you know what? Every time I talk about the free throw line and the percentage of people, they always make me look bad. So I think that they kind of hold back on some of these sometimes. So, followed by Dieng, who's a freshman guard, and he averages right around 16.7 points a game. And he'll put up anywhere from 6 to 11 shots, but he averages at 55% from the field. He only shoots maybe 4, maybe 4 at the most three-pointers, but he averages 42%. So fairly decent free throw shooter at 78.4%. Then you got Austin Rushing, number 15, at 13.6 a game. Now he's a deadly free throw shooter at about 90%. And then you got Josh Carter averaging 12.6 a game, and Giovanni Offord is their other starter, averages right about 7. So they also have a Nate Bethel, he averages around 8.7. So it's mainly 5 or 6 players that handle this game for the Cougars. So we just got to be able to go out there, play our game, and do what we know we can do, and come out with a win here and move on to Hutch. But you got to play 40 minutes of basketball first. Their leading rebounder is going to be Austin Rushing at 6.1 rebounds a game. So they shoot, on the average, they've played 31 games, and they average about 83 points a game, shooting 51% from the field, a little over 40% from the three-point, and 68% from the free throw line. And they average almost 34 rebounds a game and about 15 or 16 assists a game. Whereas your Raiders now, we average right around 82 points, 42% shooting, 34 from the three, 70% from the free throw line, and about 39 rebounds a game and almost about 13.5 assists a game. So we're led by Cam Reeves, of course, averaging 19.8 points a game. Then you're going to have Gabe at 15.2, Aiden and Pip at right around 10.9 and 10.4 respectively. So, T's up there about 7.8. Now, we only shoot about 42%. We hold our opponents about 40%. So, leading rebounders for the Raiders is going to be Pip at 7.2 and Gabe at 6.4. So, we got both teams heading to their sidelines right now. And I want to thank all of our sponsors again. Poplar Bluff Regional Medical Center, Black River Medical Center, Kraft Miles and Tatum CPA, Key Drug, Sterling Bank, Subway, Steak and Shake, Dental Large Group, Baldwin Auto Group, Colton Steakhouse, and of course Bailey's Carl Star Auto Body, who was our pregame sponsor today. And we thank Jim Bailey and his group over there and all of them for sponsoring Raider basketball. So I think we're probably going to be having our national anthem here in just a moment, as the Raiders are wearing their home white. And the Highland Cougars are wearing a navy blue with orange trim. And both teams are returning to their respective benches. So they better be respectful. And Willie is getting the clock set up. And I believe that we are getting ready to have our national anthem, who's going to be sung by Mariah Boving here this evening. So let's take about a 90-second break and we'll be back. You're listening to Raider Basketball on the Storm 97.5.
I join our national anthem. Singing the Star Spangled Banner will be performed by Mariah Boving, a teacher at the Poplar Bluff Middle School. Here is our national anthem.
At the twilight's last
That was Mariah Bowling. He is a teacher at one of our schools here and did a fantastic job with the national anthem. So I'm sitting here trying to get some notes copied down.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Team Best Sport inside the Best Activity Center here on the campus of Three Rivers College.
You can hear
For tonight's
Kenny
four playoff and state
announcing the game. Like I said, we've got a great crowd here, but we need some more. Come on out. We want this place, completely packed. We got a great crowd here, but we want it completely packed. We're going to have the Three Rivers band. You can hear the crowd as Kenny announced the Raiders. So here we go. Highland Cougars, 26-6, head coach Tom Boyles. And they're going to get their starting lineup right now. The 6'4" out of Racine, Wisconsin, a sophomore guard, number 1, D'Angelo Jackson. There's a young man we got to watch because he can shoot the rock. Then out of a 6-footer, sophomore guard out of Freeport, Illinois, number 3, Giovanni Offord. And then a 6'4" freshman guard out of Madison, Wisconsin, number 11, Gang Gang. And then a 6'5" sophomore guard out of Coloma, Michigan, number 15, Austin Rushing. And a 6'5" freshman forward out of Dubuque, Iowa, number 22, Josh Carter. So you're going to have Jackson, Offord, Deang, Rushing, and Carter for the Highland Cougars. And again, they are wearing the royal or navy blue with across the chest in orange trimmed in white is Highland with white numbers trimmed in orange and orange striping down the shorts. So you can hear Kenny getting it, brother. That's what I like. Get this crowd going, and we need it. So we are 25-7 after winning the region up in Jeff City from Coach Best in his 47th year. So you can hear 1,256 career wins for Coach Best. And you can hear the crowd giving his accolades. Cheer squad out on the court. And there's Brian Best with his 24th season. In his third year, Brian big time cheer. Of course, we talked about Brian, how he used to play here as well, and he was out recruiting, just didn't get back till today. So, and here he is, number 11, the 6'3" sophomore guard out of Cortland, Alabama, Cameron Reedus. And just nonchalantly walking over. And then number 12, a 6'1" freshman guard out of Lexington, Kentucky, Ronnie Carson. Then here's a 6'6" sophomore forward out of Chicago, Dave Grant. Heading to University of Houston. And of course, Cam heading to UALR. And here's the 6'9" sophomore center. 6'9" sophomore center for the Raiders, number 31, Terrence Parker, and number 34, 6'4" freshman forward out of Atlanta, Georgia, Aiden Saunders. Oh, Gabe came over because we were talking about this, and when we were in Jeff City, he came over each time and he gave me his black wristband that says, for the city, it says UH on it for University of Houston, and we won both games. So when we won Friday night, he says, I'm doing it again Saturday. He came over and won Saturday, so now he just came over just now and reached across and gave me it again. So we're going to have it for tonight's game. So here we go. Parker against Rushing, and a tip backwards and recovered by Deang, and we're on our way. Winner to Hutch. Nice block from behind on Cam Reedus as they had number 22, Josh Carter, running the baseline and had a clear shot. Cam came out of nowhere from behind and blocked it out of bounds. So we've got to get ready because these guys are going to come on. Inbounded to Carter. Carter out top. That's going to be to Offord. Offord's going to be their floor general. Carter sets a pick on Aiden. Offord kicks it over. That's the rushing. Back to Offord. DeAng with the ball now. Guarded by Ronnie. Kicks it back behind. There's D'Angelo Jackson for three, but he knocks it down. Puts him up 3-0. I'm telling you, he's a shooter. Cam with the ball now. Gives it over to Gabe. Gabe over to Aiden. To Ronnie. Looking inside. Back to Aiden. Aiden's going to drive. Kick it outside to Gabe for a three. Misses that. Recovered by number 22, Josh Carter. And he gives it up to Jackson. Jackson's probably not going to try to prove a point. Carter again back over to Jackson. They lead 3-0 on that three-pointer by D'Angelo Jackson. They're in the paint, kicks it outside to DeAng for a three. He knocks that down. And we're going to have a timeout in a hurry by the Raiders. It's 6-0 Cougars. So let's go ahead and take a 30-second break and we'll be back. You're listening to Raider Basketball on the Storm 97.5. Here we go. Gabe's going to inbound the ball. Gives it up to Ronnie. He brings it up court. DeAng waits for him at half court. Over to Cam Reedus to Gabe. Gabe right in front of the Cougar bench. Kicks it out to Aiden at the top. He's guarded by Jackson. Kicks it over to Ronnie. DeAng jumps out on him. Back over to Aiden. Aiden's going to try to drive in the paint and kick it over to Ronnie. Ronnie's on the far side. Going to try to drive the base. Steps back. Shoots. Misses that. And it can't be brought in. Finally does by Offord. So here he bringing it down court by himself. Hands it off. That's to Carter. Back to Jackson for another three. Misses that one. Rebounded by T. Gives it to Ronnie. Down court to Aiden. Aiden's going to drive. Throws it up off the glass, and it's good. Makes it now 6-2 Cougars. Offord with the basketball. He drives it to the right side of Aiden. Stops. About a 12-footer. Misses. Rebounded by Cam Reedus. Cam bringing it down court to Ronnie. Ronnie's going to drive. Kick it all the way in the corner to Aiden Saunders. Aiden kicks it over to Gabe. Gabe a long three. Misses that. Rebounded by Offord. Offord's bringing it down. Finally slips it over to DeAng. DeAng for a three. Misses it. Rebounded by T. And we're going to be running. I can see that right now to Carson. There's a block right there. That's going to be on Offord as he jumped in front of Ronnie Carson. That's his first personal first team. With 17:33 to go, Raiders trail 6-2. Aiden inbounds the ball to Ronnie. Cam's saying, bring it over this way. Inside the T. They crash down on him. Hook shot misses. Nobody there to rebound for the Raiders, and DeAng comes up with it. He's going to lose it out of bounds, and it's going to go out of bounds off of a Raider, and it's going to stay with the Cougars. That was a good call. Went off her foot. So DeAng will now inbound the ball underneath their own basket real quick. That's to Carter. Jackson asks for it out top. He tells Offord, head over to the side. Jackson trying to trips up, almost lost it. Cam cuts him off. There's almost a steal by Aiden. He puts it up, misses. Rebounded by Carter. He puts it up and in. So we're not blocking out. 8-2 Cougars. Ronnie with the ball. Here comes Pip. He's getting ready to come in. Moving the ball around all the Raiders. Saunders with it on the far side. Hits Ronnie at the top. Ronnie over to Cam. Cam for a three. Misses that badly. Brought down by Jackson. Kicks it out to DeAng. Over in the corner. Wide open. It was Offord. He's going to make a move, and he's going to lay it in. So they are off and running. It's 10-2 now. Ronnie Carson with the ball. A little bit of jitters right now for the Raiders. Gabe's going to drive. Kick it over in the corner to Ronnie. Ronnie kicks it outside. There's Aiden for a three. Drops it down. There's Aiden Saunders for a three. Makes it now 10-5. Dang up court. That's to Carter. Alfred's asking for it. Nobody's on him out there at top. Finally, he gets it up. He's going to take it to the right side. Kicked it over. Carter wide open for a three. Misses badly. Goes right to Gabe. Gabe's bringing it down in a hurry. He's going to try to drive it down the paint. Up off the glass, and it's good. So now it's 10-7. Alfred with the basketball. Brings it across midcourt. 15.5 to go in the first half. Raiders trail 10-7. District final. Winner to Hutch. Alfred with the ball again at the top. Dribble to the right side, kicks it back to Carter. He's in the paint, knocked away. Cam's going to come away with it, possibly. Yep. He's going to have to slow down, though. He's going to fire up a three. Misses. Rebounded by Rushing. First time I've said his name other than introducing it. Gives it up to Jackson, so we had a chance right there to tie it. These guys are confident. We want to let this start bother them. Jackson with the ball now. We just got to maintain. Kicks it out to Diang. Down along the baseline. That's Carter. Blocked! But no, put in. It did go in by Carter. Makes it 12-7. Cougars lead. They've had the lead since the get-go. Ronnie with the basketball. He's right in front of the Cougar bench. Feeds T. T's trying to work it in. Blocked. And recovered by Rushing. Gives it up to Carter. There is a steal by Aiden, and Aiden couldn't hold on. Well, he did, but he stepped out of bounds. So now here comes Jeff Porter, Sadeas, and Pip to replace T. Aiden. And I didn't see the other one that sat down. I'm trying to see. I can't tell. But anyway, here we go. Alfred now brings it up court. Kicks it outside to Diang. Then over to Rush, and he walked. Got away with it. He's going to throw up his shot. Misses that. Rebounded by Pip. Hands it up to Jeff Porter. Over to Sadeas to Gabe. Gabe's going to try to drive. Kicks it back outside to Porter to Sadeas over to Cam. Inside to Pip. Pip hands it to Cam. Reverse lay-in is good. Cam gets on the scoreboard. 12-9. Cougars lead. Under 14 to go in the first half. Jackson with the basketball. Kicks it outside to Russian. He almost loses it, but recovers. Jackson comes over and gets the ball from him. Jackson, a long three. Knocks it down. That's two for him. Makes it 15-9. Sadeas with the ball over to Cam Reedus. Inside to Pip. Pip trying to back up. A hook shot, no good. And Pip's going to be called with that foul over the back. That's his first, team's first. Now Daniel's in, also inbound for the Cougars is number 24, Nate Bethel, and number 35, Ante Sustik from Split, Croatia, and Bethel from Bahamas, Nassau, Bahamas. So they lead 15-9. Approaching 13 minutes. Diang with the ball. Kicks it out there. That's to Bethel. To Jackson. Jackson going to step up, take a shot, and drop it. So 17-9. Just as we start to make a little run, then they make a run. Cam Reedus for three. There it is! There's the first three by Cam Reedus. Makes it 17-12. We didn't get back in transition, and laid it in was Ante Sustik. I guess is how you say his name. 19-12. Cougars lead. Daniel over to Cam Reedus. Cam's going to try to drive, kick it out to Daniel. Daniel's at the top. He puts up a shot. His arm was hit, but they didn't call anything. So it falls short, and it's going to be Cougars' ball. Back in is Ronnie and Aiden for Cam and Sadeas. So it's still 19-12 with 12.5 to go in the first half. Inbounded into Diang. He brings it across midcourt. Kicks it out. That's Rushing. He puts up a shot partially blocked by Daniel, and it's going to stay with the Cougars. 19 seconds on the shot clock. Bethel will inbound the ball, does the rushing over Dieng, over to Jackson. Jackson's going to drive, misses that. Rebounded by Porter. Jackson on the floor. Jeff drives down, up off the glass, and he's fouled. And that's going to be on Sistek. And I'll put Porter on the line to shoot 2. So they're letting him play. I mean, there's only... It's a second team foul against them. We had 1, so with almost 12 minutes left in the first half. So Porter will shoot 2. Knocks down the first one. So Porter will get his second one now, 19-13. Second one up is good. Now makes it 19-14. Raiders trail by 5. Dang brings the ball up. Guarded by Aiden. He's going to stop. He's going to shoot. He misses. Rebounded by Pip. Gives it over to Jeff Porter. I can see right now. Ray bring it down and fire. Aiden now shoots up a 3. Misses that. Knocked around. Recovered by Ronnie. He puts up a shot and knocks it down. So there's the putback. Puts it down by 3. 19-16. Jackson stops in the paint. Shoots. Knocks it down. He gets inside with that basketball. He's dangerous. He's dangerous anywhere. He's got 10 points. 21-16 in favor of the Cougars. Daniel with the ball over to Ronnie to Aiden. Gives it up to Jeff Porter. Here comes Gabe. He's getting ready to check in with Sedeus and Cam. Ronnie for a 3. Misses that. Pip comes after it and he knocks it out of bounds. So it'll be Cougars ball. So going out is going to be Ronnie, Aiden, and Daniel Sutan. 21-16, Cougars lead. Jackson with 10 of those 21 points. 2 3-pointers and 2 field goals. Dang with the ball. Kicks it over. That's to Bethel. To rushing back to Bethel. Bethel's going to drive. Now they're going to call a foul on Porter, I think. Yep, that's Jeff Porter for blocking. So that's going to be his first personal second team foul with 11:02 left in the first half. Raiders trail 21-16. Have the whole game so far. Dang with the ball. Over to Bethel in the corner. Back to Dang. He's going to try his dive. Shoots. And he misses. Rebounded by Gabe. Gabe's going to bring it down court. Kicks it over to Cam Reedus. We're no hurry. I mean, we're not like we're... And Pip, he's going to walk. Made a move and he walked. So there's no reason to get in any rush. So now Jackson's going to bring the ball up. He's got the very top. Came out on him. That was over to rushing back to Jackson. D'Angelo Jackson hits it over to Bethel. Back to Jackson. He's going to dribble to the left side. Bounce pass inside, but it's on the floor. Knocked away, and Pip can't hold on to it, and it goes out of bounds, and it's going to be Cougars' ball. He tried a bounce pass, but it was at the feet of Sistek. Their 6'10 freshman center. So now the officials are discussing it. So a new shot clock put up. Sistek had a perfect play set up and he missed it. Pip rebounds the ball and gives it to Jeff Porter. Porter kicks it over to Sedeus to Gabe, over to Cam in the corner. Cam thought about driving the baseline, was cut off by Jackson. Gabe now with the ball. He's going to try to drive. Bounce pass underneath. And he's going to be fouled. It was Porter's going to be fouled. It's going to be, I think, by Sistek. No. We're going to say it's on D'Angelo Jackson. So that's going to put Porter at the line to shoot 2. 9:54 to go in the first half. Raiders trail right now 21-16. And he misses the first one. So now in the ball game is going to be number 22, Josh Carter. Going to replace rushing. Porter gets the ball. Second one up. And this no good off the back of the rim. So it's going to be Cougars' ball as it goes out of bounds. And here comes T in. He's going to come in and replace Pip. So we're still 21-16, 9:52 to go. So here we go. Bethel inbounds the ball to D'Angelo Jackson. He's going to slowly bring it up. Cam's with him. Gets it across midcourt. Now starts to drive and kicks it over. That's to Carter. He loses it. Picked up by Cam. Cam's running down court. And he's going to be fouled in and one. He's going to get an opportunity. Oh, it's on D'Angelo Jackson, too. That's his second personal. So he's going to have a seat. And then coming in is going to be Giovanni Offord. So now it makes it 21-18, and Cam's going to get the chance at the end one to drop it to a 2-point lead. And he does. So now it's 21-19, 9:34 to go, Cougars lead. I just think once we get the lead, if we can get the lead, I think we can get a little bit going, we'll be fine. Dieng, nice high floater, misses, and brought down by Sedeus. Gabe asking for it, wide open for a three. Misses that. T gets the rebound. Puts it back up, no foul called. They're both on the floor. Here comes Offord with the basketball. Behind to Dieng. Dieng kicks it over to Bethel. Bethel back inside the Sistik. He puts up a shot and drops it. Makes it 23-19. Gabe kicks it over to Sedeus to Jeff. Porter at the top with it, guarded by Bethel, over to Gabe. He's guarded there by Carter. To Sedeus. Sedeus back over to Porter. Looking inside to T. Finally gets it there. T trying to work his way back in. He can't do it. Kicks it out to Sedeus. 7 seconds to Cam. Cam's going to drive. And misses. But there's a rebound by Sedeus. And no foul called. Wow. Ball goes out of bounds. They say it was a good block. So now in, you got Ronnie, Aiden, and Daniel. So now Offord inbounds the ball to Dieng and gives it back to Offord, 23-19. We got within two, and like I said, I feel if we can just get the lead, we'll be fine. Carter all the way back out top to Offord. He almost lost it. Gives it to Bethel. Bethel across to Sistik to Offord. 5 seconds on the shot clock. He's going to have to do something. Finally knocked away and picked up by T. He gives it up to Ronnie. Ronnie's at the top. Cam's wide open in the corner. Nobody on him. He's going to come out. Bounce pass over to him. Over to Daniel. Aiden with the ball now back to Ronnie at the top. Aiden with the ball now. He's going to drive. Over the left hand. Nice move by Aiden Saunders. Makes it 23-21. Offord with the ball. They get down court in a hurry. Over to Dieng. Dieng thinking about the three. He's behind it. He puts one up. Misses. Here comes T with the rebound. Over to Daniel. Daniel over to Aiden Saunders. Aiden's going to drive. Miss. And we're going to have a foul called, and that's going to be on Sistik, I think. And that's going to put Aiden at the line. Yep. That's his second. That's the team's fifth, and that's going to put Aiden at the line with 7:10 to go, and the Raiders trailing 23-21. Aiden gets the ball. And he misses. Gabe back in to replace Daniel. Aiden will go up and he'll knock this one down. Yeah, both teams. But it just seems like it shows a little more of the Raiders, a little nervousness. I don't know if it's because it's here. There it is. Knocks that one down. pulls us within one, 23-22. Alford brings the ball up to midcourt. Approaching 7 minutes to go in the first half. Takes it to the right side, hands it to Bethel. Bethel now going to try to drive. Throws a shot up wild, rebounded by T, and he gives it to Cam. Cam over to Ronnie. Ronnie back outside to Gabe. Gabe's going to try to drive in the paint. Blocked, no foul called, and recovered by Alford. To Dieng, Cam down with him. And Dieng lays it in. 25-22. Gets it into Gabe. Like I said, they're letting them play in the middle. They're not calling much. But I'll be honest with you, I think that they're good plays. Then to T. T loses it and it goes out of bounds. So now here comes Pipton. So the Raiders got within one, now we're down 3. In jeopardy of going down more. So Pipton, T sits down. 6:22 to go. Alford takes the ball back from Gang. Cross midcourt. Takes it to the right side. To Sestic. Sestic thought about the three. He's going to try to drive, and he's going to be fouled by Pip. And Sestic will go to the right and shoot 2, I think. That's his second personal. 3rd team foul.
Sitting to the line for the Cougars, number 35, Monte Sestic, for 2 shots.
So Sestic will go to the line and shoot 2 with 6:09 to go. Raiders trailing 25-22. Sestic taking his time, finally puts the first one up, bounces it off the back of the rim, no good. So here comes T, he's getting ready to check back in. He's going to come in for Pip. Pip picking up his second foul right there. So now Sestic gets the ball back. And he's a slow shooter, finally gets the ball up, and it's no good. There was a lane violation on 24, so on Bethel. So it wouldn't matter. He missed it, but it wouldn't matter anyway. So here we go. Bonnie with the ball. Gives it to Cam, over to Gabe. Gabe now going to try to drive along the baseline. No foul call. They're not calling anything on that. And it's rebounded by Alford. Alford brings it down, getting in the paint. Hands it off to Sestic. He lays it in with the right hand. Got one right back to a 5-point lead by the Cougars. Aiden with the ball now. In between, gets stolen by Alford. Alford's bringing it down. Oh, there's a walk by Bethel. Didn't call it. And Bethel lays it in. So a 1-point disadvantage now, 7 points down. 29-22. We keep them in this, and like we always say, gives them all the momentum in the world. You can hear the little contingent that's here. T puts up a shot, no foul called. Boy, Dieng down, they're going to lay it in. That's going to be number 22, Josh Carter, puts him up by 9, 31-22. So now let's take a 30-second break and we'll be back. You're listening to Raider Basketball on the Storm, 97.5. Not quite the start the Raiders were hoping for. 5:10 to go in the first half, and we're down by 9, 31-22. The Highland Cougars out of Illinois, and it was at 23-22, and then they've gone on this run. This 8-0 run now jumped them up by 9. And this is with D'Angelo Jackson on the bench. So Sadeas over to Daniel. We're driving a lot in the middle, and I just can't see that team getting that many clean blocks underneath. Rudy in now. He throws up a shot and it misses. Rebounded by Sistik. Gives it up to Offord. Offord's going to bring it up court. Bounce pass over to Sistik. Back to Offord out at the top. Back to Sistik. He's going to fire up a three. He knocks down a three. Wow. Down by 12. 34-22 are the Raiders. And you can hear their bench and their crowd. Daniel with the ball now. Raiders are moving the ball on the outside. And they are pumped. Sedeus now. 10 seconds. Almost on the way. Cam recovers it. Cam's going to stop and shoot. Misses that, but Sedeus is right there for the putback. 34-24. So now we need to start a run of our own here to end this first half. 4 minutes left. Offord's going to drive. Stop. To Sistik. Back to Offord. Daniel out on him at the top. They're going to try to take their time now, I think. Back to Sistik. He's going to try to drive. Loses it. Sedeus with the ball now. Bounce pass over to Daniel. Back to Sedeus. We'll call an intentional foul on somebody. I think that's going to be on number 22, Josh Carter. And that's an intentional foul on Josh Carter. So that's going to put us on the line to shoot 2 plus get the ball. 3:37 to go. Missed a free throw. Got to make them free throws. Now rushing back in right now to replace Offord. Daniel makes the second one. Now makes it 34-25, but the Raiders will have the ball. 3:37 to go in the first half. Ball will be inbounded by Sedeus. Gets it to Cam Reedus in the corner. Cam's going to launch a three. Misses it in and out. Rebounded by Sistik. Just not dropping. Dang with the ball now is going to bring it down. Under 3.5 to go. We're down by 9. Sedeus goes after the steal, but can't get it. Dang gets it, kicks it outside to Sistik. And there he walked and lost it, and it goes out of bounds because he tried to make a move. So now Porter, Aiden Saunders, and Gabe in to replace Daniel, Ludi, and Cam Reedus. 3:19 to go. 34-25. Cougars lead. Sedeus with the ball over to Gabe. Back over to Porter. Over to Aiden. To Sedeus in the corner. Gabe down low. He gets the ball. Kicks it back to Sedeus. Back to Gabe. Gabe along that baseline. Turns and shoots. And it's going to bounce around and brought down by Bethel. Gives it up to Dang. Dang going to throw up a wild shot. Misses that. T gets that board. Gives it up to Gabe. Over to Aiden. Back to Sedeus. Sedeus has got the lane, but he loses it and it goes out of bounds off of 22. That's Josh Carter, and he'll stay with the Raiders. Ronnie Carson coming back in. So now Ronnie will inbound the ball with 2:44 to go in the half. Gets it to Aiden. Aiden, a jump shot. Misses that badly. Ran down, finally recovered by Porter. And now they're saying that they're saying it didn't hit the rim, so that then they reset the shot clock. So they had to reset to 15. So now Offord coming back in. He's going to come in for Dang. So here we go. Jeff Porter inbounds the ball to Ronnie. We need a win here to end this first half. Gabe gets inside to T. Oh, T loses it. Couldn't hold on to it. It bounces off his foot out of bounds. 2.5 to go. We're making our own mistakes here. Shooting ourselves in the foot. Inbounded by Bethel. Gets it in. And here comes Alford with the basketball. Cam approaching the scorer's table. Kicks it over to Rushing. Back out to Alford at the top. Kicks it over to Bethel on the right side. Bounce pass, that's Carter. Carter out to Alford for a three. Misses that. Rebounded by T. And gives it up to Jeff Porter. Jeff Porter going to try to drive in between. Kicks it to Gabe. Gabe off the glass, and it's good. Nice move. Makes it to 34-27. So Alford takes a bounce pass from Bethel. Alford feeds it back over to Bethel. He's going to step back for a three. Man, these guys can shoot some threes. Bethel knocks that one down. Makes it 37-27. Here comes Aiden driving. And he throws up a shot, no good. Sustic gets that. Up to Alford. A minute 20 to go, and there's a steal by Aiden. Nobody even on him. Yeah, slams it home, does Aiden Saunders. 37-29, 1:10 to go. We got a timeout now called by the Cougars. In the 30 seconds, so let's take a 30-second break and we'll be back. You're listening to Raider Basketball on the Storm 97.5. We are back here, 1:09 to go in the first half. Raiders have never led in this ball game. 37-29 in favor of the Cougars. They will have the basketball and they will take it in on the far side and their side of the court. Brought in by Alford to Gang, and he's not even crossed midcourt yet. Gets it across with 1 second. Over to Rushing. Rushing for a three. Misses that. Rebounded by T. We're under 60 seconds. Gabe with the ball now. Gabe over to Lonnie. Lonnie underneath the tee. Right there. Left him open and T lays it in. 37-31. There's almost a steal. They're going to call a foul on Gabe. That's his first. That's the team's fourth. 44 and a half left. 44.5 left in the first half. Raiders trail by 6 now. 37-31. Inbound to Dieng. Dieng brings it across head court. Over in the corner. That's to Bethel. Bethel tries to drive the baseline. T blocks it. And it goes out of bounds and will stay with the Cougars. So here we go. Bethel to inbound the ball. Does so to Carter over in the corner. T blocks him off. He can't get the shot up. Now he's stuck. Gets it over to Dang. Dang way out at top. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Dang still got the ball. Off his foot. Cam diving for it. Ball's on the floor. And it's going to be Raiders' ball with 14 seconds left. So we'll get the last shot. And you can hear the crowd now. This is what we need to get this crowd pumped. We know we're going to be down at half, but by how much? Ball and ground to the backcourt by Sadeas, guarded by Dang. Sadeas going to drive. Late lifting. And it's going to be off of Gang. So now 8.8 left. And Sadeas will inbound the ball. They gave him the lane. And he was going to take it. Gets it to Cam for a shot. Misses. Rebounded by Carter. Down court to Bethel. He walked. Yes. It was wide open down there and he walked with .7 left. Ronnie throws it and misses, so it's going to be 37-31 at the half in favor of the Cougars. So the Raiders have got to make some adjustments at half and come back. Let's take about a 3-minute break. You're listening to Raider Basketball on the Store 97.5. All right, Roger Burton here at halftime at Best Activity Center where the Raiders trail 37-31 to the Cougars of Highland, Illinois. And the Raiders have never led this whole game. Cougars from the very get-go knocking down 2 threes, one by D'Angelo Jackson and then one by Dieng to start the game at a 6-0. And then the Raiders have never been able to catch it. We got as close as 1 point at 23-22, and then they went on a run. And but now the Raiders have kind of closed the gap a little bit. We were down by, I believe, 12 at one time. Now we're down 6, 37-31. But I think you're going to hopefully see some adjustments made and come out with a different second half. Now, for Highland's behalf, their their leading man, D'Angelo Jackson, picked up 2 fouls, and he sat a lot the first half, so he's going to be available. And in that short time he was in, he wound up with 10 points. So he shot 2 3-pointers and made those and 2 field goals. So they've only shot 1 free throw in the whole first half, and we've shot 9, made 5 of 9. So again, those free throws can come back and haunt us. So we just got to be able to execute on the free throw line and become a little more successful. When it comes to the rebounds, right now we are leading the rebound battle by 2, but the defensive board wise, they've got us 18-15. We just have them outboarded 6-1 on the offensive board, and you would think with that we should have a lead, but we don't. So by other stats, it's showing that we should be leading this ball game, but we're not. So, like I said, the leading scorer is 10 points by D'Angelo Jackson. Aiden Saunders has 10 for the Raiders. He's shooting 3 of 5 from the field, 1 of 2 free throws. 1 of 2 from the 3-point, and 1 of 2 free throws as well. Our leading rebounder right now, T, has 8 already in this ball game. So he's working it out there. 7 defensive, 1 offensive. So again, going back to the Cougars, Jackson with 10, Sistick with 9. Now here's a young man right there, He averages about 3 a game, and he's already got 9. So we're not taking care of him down low, so we've got to take care of that. Then you're going to have 6 points by Carter, 5 by Dang and Bethel, and then 2 by Alford. So that's basically their scoring. Their leading rebounder right now looks like is going to be Sestic with 5. They've shot 11 of 24 from the field for 45.8%. 5-11 from the three-point arc for 45%. Noah 1 from the free throw line for 0%. So for the Raiders, their leading scorer again, Aiden Saunders with 10. Then Cam with 8 and Gabe with 4. We've got to get those two going more into the game. And the one thing that's really catching my eye is that we're driving the ball into the paint, and there's a lot of contact and not calling it. And that's part of our game, is to get in there and get some of those calls, and it's just not happened. So now when it comes to personal fouls, they've had 6, we've had 4. So again, I've seen games where hardly much was called like it was in the first half. But then again, I've even seen second half of games come out, and everything's called. So we've got to be careful with that as well. For the Raiders, they've shot 10 of 27 from the field for 37%, 2 of 10 from the three-point arc for 20%, and then 5 of 9 from the free throw line for 55.6. Total rebounds, points off turnovers, Raiders 8-2. Second chance points, Raiders 4-2. Points off the bench, of course, is going to be Highland 14-5. So at the halftime, it's 37-31. Largest lead was a 34-22 lead which is 12 points by the Cougars. And the longest run, a 9-3 by the Raiders, and 11-0 run by Highland. No lead changes, no ties. So that's basically a rundown of your stats. When it comes to steals, Raiders have 5, they have 1. Blocked shots, we have blocking 4 to 3. Turnovers, they had 8, we had 4. Assists 10-5. So they look in favor of the Cougars. So let me see, personal fouls 6-4. Cougars have 6. Total rebounds, Raiders 21, Cougars 19. So we're doing all right in all aspects of this, but we just on the scoreboard, it's 37-31. And what I'm looking at right now is the three-point shots. So they've nailed 5 of those, but we've only hit 2. 1 by Reedus, none by Gabe. So hopefully we're going to get that turned around here in the second half. And like I said, go and make some adjustments and get things taken care of where the Raiders can come out here on top tonight. But right now we're trailing by 6, 37-31 to the Highland Cougars. Let's go ahead and take another 3-minute break, and we'll be back. You're listening to Raider Basketball on the Storm 97.5. Roger Burton back here. Both teams back on the court right now. They're warming up at their respective ends. And, the Raiders have just got to come out here and just, I don't know how to explain it, but it just seemed like, this team now is stuck with us for the first half. They lead by 6, so they've got all the momentum in the world, and you can see them coming out with smiles on their faces and so forth as they're coming out. And this Raider team needs to be concerned because we've got to come out and we've got to take charge of this basketball game. And like I stated before, I just feel if we can just get a lead on this team and get them down by 6, 7, 8 points, I think that we can take care of it. But I'm just saying is that right now it just seems like it's not falling in line right now, and I don't know why. But I think they'll come around. Gabe's not shooting well, but like I said, Cam held to 8 points, Gabe to 4 points, and Aiden come out with 10 points. So nice job by Aiden. Our 2 guys in the post have got to do some work. Pip has held scoreless. Of course, he picked up 2 fouls, and we've got to stop 35 inside. Sistik, as he comes in, here's a guy that averages, like I said, 4 points, and has already got 9, and may have had 10 if it wasn't for a lane violation on a free throw. So if we can take care of that, I think we'll be all right. So, I feel like the Raiders have gone in and taken care of it, and they're getting ready to show us a whole different second half of basketball. And you've got a lot of people here supporting them, and I think we'll be all right. So we got the first half out of the way, and let's go up here and take care of the second half. So let's go ahead and take another 60-second break, and we'll get ready to have the second half. You're listening to Raider Basketball on the Storm 97.5.
Chased him off the floor. And he said, that's the one time in my career. He said, I chased him off the floor. I'm hanging on the door, and the cop comes over there and said, sir? And he said, sir, are you about done? He said, what? And he said, pull out his hand. I said, are you about done? Yeah, I'm done. And Bean wasn't there. Bean had left the year before. And he said, Garner called him because he said, that's a big one. We just singled at Missouri State. I'm like, hey, Garner called him. First thing out of his mouth was like, well, we had 6 on the floor for the final play. He said, Barry was pissed. Yeah, he didn't put it anymore. He said, so are you about done? He goes, yeah, I think I am. Debbie? I can't, her legs don't go down there.
Okay, we're getting ready to start the second half. Now the Cougars will have the ball to start the second half. They won the tip, but then we had a tie-up right here, about 3 minutes left in the first half, and the Raiders got the ball in, so the Cougars will come out with the ball to start this half. And for the Raiders, Ronnie, Gabe, Aiden, Cam, and T. So it's going to be our starting lineup, and it's going to be against, I think, against theirs. I think it's their starting lineup when you look at it and see, and yes, he is. I don't know what they're talking about right now. Oh, I know what it was. No, the Raiders are going to have the ball because when they thought that was a jump ball, that was a shot clock violation. So they thought that's what I thought. Okay, I thought they would have the ball too. So the Raiders have it. Inbounded by Aiden, and we're on our way. Gets it into Ronnie. Ronnie brings it across. Over to Aiden. Down low is Gabe along the baseline. And he's going to walk. And so we turned the ball over right away. Not a good start. So now Jackson brings it in to Offord, and Offord's going to bring it up for the Cougars. Takes it over to number 15. That's Russian. Takes it high off. No good. Gabe runs that rebound down. Gives it to Ronnie Carson. Ronnie brings it across midcourt. Back over to Gabe. Gabe wide open for a three. Misses that in and out. He gets that board knocked out of his hand. He comes down with it. And we got a timeout call by the Raiders because Ronnie was on the floor holding the ball, and there RT was, and they were attacking him. So we have a full timeout call. So let's take a 30-second break, and we'll be back. You're listening to Raider Basketball on the Storm 97.5. All right, we are back. You see Coach Walk down here. He's here supporting. I see him as middle Raiders here. Ex-Raiders. Jamario came over and talked to me a while ago before the game started. Jamario Spain. And so we got some people here pushing for the Raiders. So the Raiders will have the ball here. 37-31. Yeah, I think it was 19 and some change left. 19-17 left in the game. So Cougars lead up by 6. Ronnie will inbound the ball, 26 seconds on the shot clock. Gets it into Cam right along the baseline. Cam puts it up, misses. Ball's on the floor. Being knocked around, coming out with Ronnie. So we're missing a lot of little shots and everything that we normally wouldn't miss. Tried to feed it inside to Gabe, and it's too far, and it goes out of bounds as a pass from Cam. So we're just not playing up to par right now. We got to get this together. Jackson now with the ball. I mean, you don't lose. I mean, you lose, you're done. D'Angelo Jackson with the ball now. Has 10 points in the first half and sat a lot because of those fouls. Over to Alfred in the corner. He loads up a floater and it's good. So now that makes it back to an 8-point Cougar lead. Gabe over to Ronnie. Ronnie to Aiden Saunders. Here comes Cam out top, takes that ball. Kicks it back to Aiden for a three. Bang! Knocks the three down, goes Aiden Saunders. 39-34, 5-point Cougar lead. God, I just know that if we can get the lead. Jackson with the ball now, almost loses it, guarded by Cam. He's going to take it in, and he's going to lay it in. Down the paint. 41-34. Ronnie with the ball over to Aiden Saunders. Aiden inside the T. T along the baseline. Carter's on him. He's trying to back him up. Kicks it outside to Aiden for another three. Misses that. Rebounded by Dang. Dang brings it down court. Pass to Jackson. Feeds inside to Carter underneath. He can't do anything. Outside for a three by Russian. Misses. Going to be recovered by Jackson. And he caught Jackson right in the face to Aiden Saunders. And that's going to be on Aiden. That's his first personal, first team. Jackson's slow getting up as he caught one right in the face. Pip coming in. That was a good call. Coming in for T. 17:44 to go. 41-34. Favor of the Cougars. Jackson's got a bloody nose, so he's got to come out. So Bethel coming in. Bethel is in now for Jackson as they're going to tend to him. His nose bleeding. He caught it pretty good. And nobody right there. Oh, nice block by Gabe. Missed that one. Nice job because they tried to feed it into Russian real quick, and Gabe was right there. Here comes Ronnie with the ball. Throws it up. No good. Gabe comes down with that board. Forces it back up and in man one. He's going to get an opportunity. Gabe makes that shot on that putback. The foul's on number 11. That's going to be Dang. That's his first. Team's first. Gabe's going to get an opportunity for the end one. It's 41-36. He can cut it to within 4 at 41-37 with this free throw. And he does. Back to a 4-point. We were down 12. Now it's to 4. So there's 17 and a half to go in the game. Offord with the ball now. Kicks it to the right side to Dieng right in front of their bench. Tries to spin. And there's a force. There's a shot as Dieng, he's at forearm and pushed Ronnie Carson off And Dieng picks up 2 quick ones. That's his second personal. So now inbounded by Gabe into Ronnie. Ronnie, you can hear the crowd getting behind these Raiders. Over to Gabe. Gabe's going to try to drive in the paint, kick it over the corner to Ronnie. Ronnie's going to drive, kick it outside to Aiden for a 3. Misses that. Ran down by Alford. He's going to have the rebound. So Alford's going to bring it down court by himself. Take it around. There's Dang for a 3. Knocks down a 3 from the corner. And there's going to be an offensive foul on Cam against Alford. So that's Cam's first. Sedeus in now. It's 44-37. It's going to be Cougars ball as Bethel inbound the ball in front of the Raider bench. Gets it into Alford. Brings it across midcourt. Trying to move the ball around is Alford. And now he's traveled. So now it's going to be a turnover back to the Raiders with 16:32 to go in the game. Gabe brings it into Sedeus, and Sedeus brings it up court. Raiders are down 7. They were down to 1 a while ago, earlier in the first half. T with the Pip with the ball. Turns around, hook shot is good. So Pip gets in the scorebook. Dang with the ball now, 44-39, Cougars. Dang, Alford dribbles it around. He's along the baseline. Kicks it outside to Bethel. Bethel now going to drive. Kicks it outside to Dang again from the corner. Knocks down another one. Another 3. 47-39, back down by 8 other Raiders. That Dang. Working the ball inside, tipped away. Gabe loses it. Here comes Dieng with the ball. Sedeus. Slam home by Rushing. Now down by 10. Can't stop them. We're causing our own mistakes. And now there's going to be a foul on Sedeus. That's his first. So the Raiders got within 1. And now we're down 10 again. 15:29 to go in the game. My hat's off to this Highland group. I mean, they're playing well. Raiders are not playing their game. They're fed inside to Jackson, kicks it outside to Bethel. Bethel now caught. Back inside to Jackson on the floor, picked up by Cam Reedus. There's a foul right there. That's going to be on Josh Carter. It's going to be his second personal, third team foul. 15:15 to go. Come on, Jeff Porter. He's coming in the ball game now. He's going to come in for Aiden. We need to work the ball more inside, but keep taking these threes. Here we go. Ronnie with the ball. Seems like when we work the ball inside, we fumble it. Like a football. Pippen with the ball now outside to Jeff for a 3. Porter misses. We're not getting rebounds. Dieng now with the ball. He takes it around. Kicks it outside. That's Jackson back in the game. He kicks it out to Alford for a 3. And they're running away with this now. Alford with the 3-point basket. Biggest lead of the night, 52-39. Yeah, our crowd is silent. So now we're working the ball around. Gabe, he's at the top outside for Cam for a 3. He makes a 3 to Cam Reedus. We need Cam and Gabe to get more into this game. Alford kicks it out to Bethel. Back out to Alford, over to Jackson. He's got a plug up front of his nose, Oh, Jackson drives, lays it up and in. Down by 12, 54-42. 14 minutes to go in the ball game. Gabe driving, puts it up. He's going to be fouled. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. That's going to be on number 22, Josh Carter. That's his third personal. Team's fourth. And we're going to have a timeout called by the Cougars. So let's take a 30-second break and we'll be back. You listen to Radio Basketball on the Storm 97.5. We are back here as the Raiders Cheer Squad is doing their routine in the middle of the floor. Looking right at us. Good job. So now the Raiders trail by 12. And again, we were down last half. In the first half, we got it 23-22, and they've taken off since then. So we've got to do. So I don't know what to do. I keep saying it. We got to do something, but I don't know what to do. I mean, I'm kind of lost at words. So. On the floor, it's going to be Gabe at the line shooting 2. Right now, Highland is a more aggressive team, and they're making shots. Gabe misses the first one. This is what I'm talking about. It's just small things like this. The Sesta comes in now to replace Josh Carter, who has to sit down with 3 fouls. Gabe makes the second one. Now, 54-43, just went under 14 minutes left in the game. Come on, Raiders. Jackson with the ball now at the top. Pips getting ready to come in. Jackson drives around Cam. Blocked from behind. And there's the small things right there is that we can't hang on. We can't hang on to rebounds. Goes out of bounds. Pip in and Gabe out. So Bethel will now inbound the ball underneath their own basket. Gets it into Gang. He's going to turn and shoot. Falls to the floor like he got fouled. Rebounded by Pip. Gets the ball to Cam. Cam flips it over to Daniel. Daniel's going to drive up. No good. Flipped around. Ronnie Carson right there for the putback. 54-45. Down to a 9-point deficit. Jackson asking for somebody. He tries to drive in the middle, loses it, but picks it back up, gets it over to Alford. So Alford's going to bring it back out toward the top. He's going to step back for a 3. Misses that. Rebounded by Daniel. Daniel's driving it down. Kicking it outside to Cam. Back to Daniel. Daniel over to Ronnie. Ronnie gets a knock out of his hands. Picked up by Bethel on the floor and gives to Jackson. So now they're going to try to start slowing things down, I have a feeling. And if they do, that might be our advantage. We'll have to wait and see. As he tries passes, Jackson tries it into the Sestic. Couldn't handle it. Goes out of bounds. Be Raiders ball with 12:43 to go in the game. So they're giving us opportunities, but we've got to take advantage of them. Porter inbounds the ball now to Ronnie, all the way down court to Daniel. Daniel out to Ronnie, over to Porter at the top to Cam. Cam's going to drive. Floater, no good. Tip, Pip, back in and in. Nice job. He did to tip it in twice. 54-47 down to Sustic, and he loses it out of bounds. And the Raiders will get it back. So 12:24 to go. Porter inbounds the ball to Ronnie. Ronnie brings it down court. Out to Daniel at the top. Cam down in the corner, takes the pass. Started by Alford. Back out to Daniel. Daniel's thinking about it. Kins it back to Porter. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Gives it over to Cam on the right left side. Feeds it inside the Pip. Up off the glass and in. 54-49. Down to a 5-point. Oh, there's a charge. Nice job by Cam. Drew the charge by D'Angelo Jackson. That's his third. 54-49, 11:52 to go. So Porter inbounds to Ronnie Carson. Ronnie over to Daniel. Pip setting the pick. Daniel taking it on the other side. Daniel's going to drive. Kick it over to Porter. Porter puts up a shot and he's fouled. I think it's going to be by Sustic. Yep, that's his third. And that puts Porter on the line to shoot two. 11:37 to go. 54-49. First one's up. It's good. So getting ready to come back in the game, coming into the game for the first time as a 6'5" freshman forward out of St. Louis, Chris Blocker, coming in to replace Sustic. So now it's 54-50 in favor of the Cougars. 54-51. 11:35 to go in the game. So Raiders are again working back. Down 3. Jackson with the ball now. Kicks it over Gang. Guarded by Daniel. Gang trying to make a move. Kicks it underneath to Jackson. Loses it. Porter saves it. It's on the floor. Picked up by Dieng, and he loses it. But it's still picked up by Dieng again. And he loses it again. He throws it up. They're going to call a foul on Daniel. Didn't see that. That's going to put Dieng at the line to shoot two. 11-11 to go. That ball was just bounced around like a ping pong ball. Finally recovered. Dieng puts the first one up and makes it. So now Offord leaves the free throw or the lane, and Blocker takes his place down there as Dieng gets ready to shoot his second one. Gets up, and it is no good. Rebounded by Pip. Gives it over to Daniel Sutan, 55-51. Cougars lead. Out to Jeff Porter at the top. Back over to Daniel. Kalani looking inside the Pip, can't do it. Cam for a three. Misses. Daniel recovered by Dieng, and there's a ball. Daniel almost stole it, but it goes out of bounds with 10:50 to go, and he's going to sit down. And Gabe and Sadeas back in for Daniel and for Ronnie. It's going to be Cougars basketball, 55-51, 10:50 to go, and here we go. Dieng inbound the ball to Jackson, and he gives it back to Gang. Gang brings it up. Stops, shoots, misses. Porter had it, but knocked out of his hands. It goes to Offord. So now Offord has it. Gives it up to Jackson. Aiden Saunders getting ready to check in. Jackson's going to stop shoot, partially blocked by Pip. Recovered by Sadeas. And Sadeas almost lost it, but recovered it. Gets it across. Gets it over to Gabe. Gabe back to Pip. Back to Gabe. Back to Pip. Pip turns and misses. Gets his own board, though. Reverse, no good. Rebounded by Blocker. Here comes Dieng. He throws up a shot and makes it. 57-51. Cam with the ball now over to Sadeas. To Jeff. I think we need to keep working that inside. Cam on the outside now. Bounce pass into Pip. Up off the glass and good. That's what I'm talking about right there. 57-53. Inbounded by Jackson to Dieng. Under 9.5 to go in the game. Raiders trail by 4. Dieng with the ball now. Guarded by Sadeas. Kicks it out to Offord. Offord over to Jackson. He's telling Blocker to come on top to set a pick. He does. Underneath he tried to get it, but it was blocked, but right to Offord. Offord's going to, now he's caught. Hands it off to Jackson. He shoots, drops it over Cam. 59-53. Under 9 minutes to go in the game. Gives it to Cam. Cam over to Sadeas to Gabe. Feeds inside to Pip. They double team him back to Gabe. Gabe up with a three. Makes a three to Gabe Grant. 59-56. Diang with the ball now, brings it across midcourt. We approach 8.5 to go in the game. Diang's trying to take it, high floater, and it's good. Nice move. High off the glass. 61-56, down to Jeff Porter. Over to Sedeus. Sedeus over on the far side. Still has it. Trying to get to the Porter out top with 10 seconds on the shot clock. Porter trying to make a move. Kicks it outside to Gabe for another three. Misses that. Alford gets that board. He brings it down court. Under 8 to go. Alford almost loses it. Gets underneath. Bounce pass to Blocker. He drives it in. So now it's back to an 8-point. 63-56. I'm sorry, 7-point. 63-56. Lead by the Cougars. Sedeus with the ball over to Gabe. Gabe takes the baseline. He's fouled. That's going to be on Diang. That's his third. So that's going to put us into the bonus now, because that's a 17 fouls. We're under 7.5 to go now. Aiden, Ronnie, and T back in for Pitt, Sedeus, and Jeff Porter. And we're going to have a timeout by the Cougars, so let's take a 30-second break. We'll be back. You're listening to Raider Basketball on the Storm 97.5. Okay, we are back. The Raiders will go to the line now and shoot 1-1. I think it's Gabe. Raiders trail 63-56. Showed them spark of life there for a while for the Raiders. And it's not over yet. Gabe first one up is good. So if their plan was to take Cam out of this game, they've done a great job so far. Both of them are good. 63-58, down by 5. Diang with the ball, gets it over to Alford. I mean, don't hold nothing back now, fellas. I mean, this is do or die. Alford with the ball, tries to feed it, stolen. Ronnie Carson with the ball, slowing down, nice job. Ronnie's bringing it down, gets it over to Aiden Saunders. Back to Gabe. Gabe wide open for a long three. Knocks down the three! 63-61, and we're calling jackhammer. Here it comes. Here's where we would need Mo. Yep. Here's where we need Mo, and Mo is out because he just plays defense so well. Alford gives the ball up over to Bethel. Bethel now, back to Alford. He's wide open, but he's going to pass on it. Back to Jackson. Jackson almost loses it. Kicks it all the way across to Bethel. 4 seconds. He puts up a shot. Man, he knocks down a three. I'm telling you, these guys. 66-61. Gabe with the ball now. Gabe looking to Cam. Cam thought about it. Over to Ronnie. Over in the corner to Aiden Saunders. Back to Cam. Gabe with another three. Misses. Ball on the floor. Nobody's going after but Alford. Alford picks it up. Bounce pass to Diang. And he lays it in. So we've got to, come on guys. 68-67. We cut it to 2 and we're under 6 minutes to go. Then we start slowing down. We've got to keep up this tenacity. Aiden has the ball now, drives, kicks it over to T. T, little floater's good. He's going to get a chance at and one. That foul's going to be on number 23, Blocker. That's his first. And T's going to go to the line and shoot. But Pip's going to get ready to come in. He's going to come in for T if T makes this. We're down 5, 5:47 to go in the game. Never had a chance to even lead in this ball game. Never been tied except for 0-0 as Highland has led the whole way. Team misses. Rebounded by the Cougars. Now, like I said, I have a feeling they might start slowing down. I don't know. I may be wrong. Jackson with the ball now. He's going to try to drive in between, loses. But Cam's got the ball now to Gabe. Gabe's going to drive, and he's going to be fouled, and he hits the floor. And that's going to be on 24, Bethel. So that's going to be putting Gabe back in the line to shoot 1-1, and Pip is going to come in now for T. I think Daniel's sitting down there going to come in for Gabe in a minute. Also approaching the scores table is Josh Carter. He's coming in to replace number 23, Blocker. So 5:29 to go in the game. The Raiders trail by 5, 68-63. And it's good. 68-64 is the score. Winner of this game moves to Hutch. Beginning on the 20th, a week from Monday in Kansas. And he makes both. So 68-65, back to a three-point. Gabe now sits down and Daniel in. So now Offred will inbound the ball. Gets it over to Jackson. Cam gets down on him. Brings it across midcourt. Jackson still with the ball. Here comes number 22, Carter, to set a pick. Jackson's going to try to drive, and he lays it in. I don't know what's going to take to stop him. And he lost the ball. It's underneath, tipped around. Finally, oh, it's right to Jackson again. He lays another one in. Wow, that's a huge turnaround. Puts us down again by 7. We were down 3 inside the Pip. Hits Aiden cutting through, misses. Aiden gets his own rebound, kicks it outside to Cam for a 3. Misses that in and out. Oh, there's a foul right there on Daniel. I think that was probably going to be on Bethel. No, that's on Diang. That's his 4th. So now we're shooting 2 free throws from here on out. 4:44 to go. And that was horrible down at the other end. Just a loss of concentration. Down 3, and now we're down 7 after we gave up 4 points down there in a hurry. Daniel makes the first one. Here comes Gabe in. He's coming in for Pip. Also coming back in is Austin Rushing and Sistik for the Cougars. As Bethel sits down. I didn't see who sat down with him. Daniel's second shot is up, and it's good. So now Sadeas in for Daniel, 72-67. 4:44 to go. Cougars lead. Jackson with the ball. Bringing it up court. Finally gets it across with 1 second left on this 30-second shot clock before the violation. Carter's going to try to drive. He walked. Pip blocked. Oh! That was a late whistle there. Oh, they're going to call that on Gabe. That's his second personal. And that's going to put Josh Carter on the line to shoot 2. And Pip's getting ready to come back in. 4:28 to go here in this ball game. And he misses the first one. So Pip back in now to replace Sadeas. So Carter's going to get a chance at his second shot right here. Again, 4:28 to go. Raiders trail by 5, 72-67. Second one up, and he makes it barely, but it makes it. So now 73-67, a 6-point lead. Cam with the ball. Out to Gabe at the top for a 3. Gabe misses. Rebounded by Jackson. And it goes out of bounds off Ronnie. 4:17 to go. Golly, we need to start. We just need to work the ball inside. Keep making these threes. And now Jackson has to call a timeout as he couldn't get the ball in. So it's a full. So there's 4:17 to go in the game. Raiders trail by 6, 73-67. Winner to Hutch. Let's take a 30-second timeout. We'll be back. You're listening to Raider Basketball on the Storm 97.5. Okay, we're back. 73-67 in favor of the Cougars. We've got a big hill to climb, folks. I'm telling you real quick, because, I mean, it just seems like when we get right into the range where we're getting ready to probably hopefully take the lead, bam, something happens and we let them go on a little bit of a run, and next thing you know, we're in trouble. So right now, we trail by 6 with 4:17 to go, and the Cougars have the ball. The ball's going to be inbounded by Austin Rushing at the end of the court in front of the Raider bench. And we're going to put some pressure on here. They get it into Offord. Offord's going to bring it up, guarded by Sedeus. Gets it across midcourt. Sestic tries to set a pick, doesn't use it. Offord goes back. He keeps it. Finally kicks it up to number 15, Rushing, who gives it over to Jackson. Jackson takes a peek at the shot clock, steps back, 4-3, misses. Sustic right there, Pip misses. Pip gets the rebound on Sustic's miss. Down to Ronnie. Ronnie misses, wild shot. I don't know why. Pip gets that board, puts it up and in. Why Ronnie even did that, I don't ever know. 73-69, under 4 minutes to go. Offord with the ball. Takes it to the right side. Sedeus on him. Kicks it out to Jackson out top. Ronnie stays with him. Off Jackson. Oh, he lost it, but they're saying he carried it. Offord puts up his shot, and it misses. Rebounded by Sedeus. He gets hit in the eye. Gets it over to Cam Reedus. Flips it back to Ronnie. Ronnie over to Gabe. Gabe's going to drive. Up, off the glass, and in. And a timeout by the Raiders, 73-71 in favor of the Cougars with 3:01 to go in the game. So we're getting our shot here. So we have to take advantage of it. This is our only chance right here with 3:01 to go. So let's take a 30-second break. We'll be back. We're listening to Raider Basketball on the Storm 97.5. All right, we are back. I think it was 3:01 left remaining in this ball game. The Raiders have now pulled it again to within 2. 73-71 in favor of the Cougars. Yep, 3:01 to go. It'll be Cougars basketball, and they will inbound it underneath our basket by Rushing. Gets it into Offord, guarded by Sedeus as we go under 3 minutes. Gang getting ready to check back in. Jackson tries to run by Ronnie. Ronnie stays with him by the hip. Jackson trying. He walked right there, got away with it. Jackson moves. Oh, yeah. There we go. That was a foul on Sustic. That was his fourth as he tried to set a pick on Ronnie. So 2:41 to go. The Raiders have the ball. Aiden Saunders back in. Now also rushing out, and Dieng back in. So Cam Reedus will inbound the ball right in front of the Cougar bench into Ronnie with 2:41 to go. Ronnie brings it across midcourt. Over to Cam, to Gabe, to Aiden. There's Ronnie with it. Cam cutting down low. Cam takes it 4-3. Misses. Rebounded by Dieng. We're putting up the shots, but we're not under the board. Get under the board for the rebound. Over to Jackson. Jackson has the ball, guarded by Ronnie. He's going to try to drive, stop, kicks it outside the Sustic. Back to Jackson. Over to Dieng. They're going to call a foul, I think, on Cam. That's his second personal. We had a foul to give, so that was it right there with 2:09 to go, and we trail by 2. Jackson to inbound the ball. Gets it into the backcourt to Dieng. As we approach 2 minutes, the game we figured it would be. Under 2 now. Dieng still at the 3-yard mark in the middle of the court, guarded by Cam. They're letting the clock run down a little bit. Dieng, he loses it. Ronnie picks it up, and Ronnie's coming down court, kicks it over to Aiden. Aiden drops it. We're tied. We are tied at 73, and we have a timeout called by the Raiders with 1:42 to go. And you can see the frustration in the Cougars' faces now. Let's take a 30-second break, and we'll be back. You're listening to Raider Basketball on the Storm 97.5. Oh, Raider fans, 73-73, the first time it's been tied since it was 0-0. And the Raiders have just not given up. I mean, and it's been a whale of a game. I got, my hats off to both teams. So 1:42 to go in the game. It's going to be Cougar basketball at the other end of the court. They'll bring it in. On the floor, we have Sadeas, Ronnie, Gabe, Cam, and Pip. So they're going to have Jackson, Dieng, Offord, Carter, and Sistik. And Jackson will inbound the ball. And they get it into Dieng. And Dieng's going to hand it back to Jackson, and they're going to bring it up court. So it's going to be a 1-minute and 30-second ball game, basically, here. Jackson with the ball. See, it's outside of Dieng. He almost lost it. He's still got it on the outside. Sadeas now working it. Kicks it underneath to Jackson, wide open, and lays it in. We all crashed in, and Jackson lays that in, gives him back 75-73. Gabe over to Cam. Cam now trying to make a move. And they're going to have a tie-up, and that's going to be Cougars' ball. Cam jumped in the middle trying to get and they tied it up. So now it's going to be their ball with 75-73 Cougar lead. So now Aiden in. So now Jackson will inbound the ball. That's what happened last time we got down here. We crashed out on and left Jackson wide open under the basket. They get it into Offer and back to Jackson. 60 seconds to go. Jackson with the ball, guarded by Ronnie. Jackson spins around. No foul call. Pip. Oh, they're going to call a foul. They're going to call that on Pip. That's his third. That's going to put Jackson on the line to shoot two. 52.3 left. You can hear the crowd screaming. Jackson shoots, makes it. Back to a 3-point Cougar lead. Everybody knows what this game's all about. What's on the line here. This will give him a 2-possession game if he makes it. And he does. 77-73. 52.3 left. Bonnie finally picks it up. Over to Gabe, trying to work inside. Gabe puts up a 3, misses. Rebounded by Jackson. It's not looking good, folks, I'm telling you. Dieng now brings the ball down. Underneath. There's going to be a foul called by Gabe, and that's on Carter with 36 and a half seconds left. Cougars are feeling the win right now. So now that's going to put Josh Carter on the line to shoot 2. Or 1 and 1, I'm sorry. First one's up, and it is good. 78-73, so we tie it, and then they go on a 5-0 run, possibly 6-0. For them to come down here and to pull this out, my hat's off to him. And he misses. Rebounded by Cam. The Pip lays it in. The timeout Raiders, 78-75. It's a full. And if that is, that may be our last one. So let's take a 30-second break and we'll be back. You're listening to Raider Basketball on the Storm, 97.5. Okay, we are back here at 78-75 Cougars with about 30.5 seconds left. And the Raiders just made a basket by Pip, so it'll be Cougars basketball, and they'll inbound it underneath the Raiders basket. And I think that might have been our last timeout, I'm not for sure. So we're under the 8 ball right here, right now. As Alfred will inbound the ball and gets it over to Dieng. He tied up over there, almost lost. Oh, he did lose it. Picked up there by Daniel. Daniel outside to Gabe. Gabe over to Ronnie. We got to do something, folks, to Gabe. We're down, folks. Come on. Cam gives it to Gabe. Gabe's going to step up. Nope, over to Sedeus. Cam for a long 3. Misses that. We're going to lose it. I don't understand that one. I do not understand why we did not. We had time. And the Cougars are going to come out of here and go to Hutch. With 3.3 seconds left, Jackson's going to go to the line and shoot 2. My hat's off to this Highland team. We come all the way down here from Chicago and beat the Raiders. Wow. He makes this and it's over. And he did. And they can't believe it. $79-75. He misses that one, rebounded by Daniel. Gives it up to Cam. He's going to launch it from half court. Misses, and the Raiders lose. 79-75, and the Cougars are celebrating on the floor as they will head to Hutchinson, Kansas, out of this district. Congratulations to them. Let's take a 3-minute break, and we'll be back. You're listening to Raider Basketball on the Storm, 97.5.
Again, congratulations to both teams on terrific seasons. We wish the best of luck to the Highland Cougars as they will travel to Hutch to the national tournament. A week after next, also wish them safe travels as they head back north. And ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big round of applause to our Raiders. Coach Chief Ness on a terrific and entertaining 2016 and 17 season. Ladies and gentlemen, if you'll have your attention just real quick, we have the two plaques that present the both these teams. Athletic Director and Head Coach Gene Best will make the presentation for the District 4 Championship plaque to Coach Tone Boyle and the Highland Cougars. Again, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for attending tonight. Terrific crowd here for this District 4 Championship game. And best of luck to the Cougars of Highland. Week after next as they will travel to Hutchinson, Kansas for the national tournament. And again, congratulations to Coach Best, and Coach Shearer. And a terrific season for our Raiders, finishing at 25-8. For this 2016-17 campaign. Again, safe travels to the fans from Highland as they travel over to Freeport.
School in the morning?
Yeah. And again, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, everyone for your attendance tonight and for your drive safely.
All right, Roger Burton back here at the Best Activity Center, and the Raiders fall short, 79-75 to the Highland Cougars. And they're over here celebrating. My hat's off to them. They were just awarded the District 4 first place plaque by AD here, Coach Gene Bess. And you know this stings because I think that, you know, we played so well over the weekend, last weekend up in Jeff City, to come down here. And this Highland Cougar team, take nothing from them because they came out from the very get-go and started on us, and we caught them one time and tied them at 73, and we could never get over that hump. So I always felt that if we could get the lead, if we could just get the lead, I thought we could hold on to it, but we could never get the lead. And so Coach Bess is trying to slowly make his way over here. So, again, the leading scorer tonight for the game, D'Angelo Jackson. He's only had 10 points this first half, but wound up with 15 the second half for 25 total, 8 of 12 shooting, 2 of 4 from the 3-point, 3 of 4 from the from the free throw line. Raiders, they out-rebounded them 40-37, but they end up shooting 50% from the field, which is basically a norm for them, where the Raiders shot 45% from the field. So Coach Bess is making his way over here. Coach, this one stings.
Yeah.
And I didn't say stink. I said stings. It hurts because, I just really felt that we had the team to get over the hump, but this team right here came out from the very get-go. My hat's off to them.
Well, I think we underrated them a little. I think we had some people saying that, they were not as good as our region, and we might have taken them a little lightly, but, they're a good team.
Yeah.
They don't have a lot of depth. I think that'll hurt them.
That might hurt them at Hutch.
That'll hurt them at Hutch, but, we just really never quite got it together this year, and it, unfortunate in many ways, but still thought we could get by this one and we'd get that big house. That's where all the action, all the fun is, but it's not happening this year.
That's what we always said. You've got to get to the dance to have a shot, and we just couldn't do it. I just felt, like you said, by getting over the hump, I felt after last weekend in Jeff City, I felt like maybe we were heading in that direction, and then it just came out tonight, and they took the lead from the very get-go. We finally tied them, and I kept saying the whole night that if we could just take a lead, I think that we could probably, but we could never get the lead back.
Well, junior college teams can really be difficult to coach, and a lot of times they hear things that are negative,
right?
And like maybe we just kind of had to show up or something. I don't know, but that was a legitimate team.
Yes.
And I think they'll win a game or two at Hutch, but it's unfortunate because I thought this was our year after we beat Middlebury and then got blessed with Moberly.
Right.
But anyhow, it's been a great year in many ways, and appreciate you and got so many good people helping us around here. Steve Shoup has been a fabulous helper in so many different ways. And of course Costa and Willie, and I think I have the two best assistant coaches in the country, Brian Bess and Brian Shearer, but we just didn't quite get it together this year.
Right. And that's a sad thing too. I mean, this is just one of those things, and this is the nature of the beast when it comes to basketball. Is you get to this point, you got to keep winning, and if you don't perform well enough to do that, then then you're done. God has plans.
Right. That's exactly right. But we gave a valiant try, and for no better than we played, we took it pretty much to the wire. So that speaks well for our program.
Right, and I want to, my hat's off to the sophomores that are leaving us, and wish them well in their journeys. And it just seemed like tonight, I don't know if they just buckle down on Cam or whatever, but and Cam can't always come out and do everything for us. I mean, that's why you have other ball players on the team. And so Gabe came out and had a pretty good, decent game for us, and pipped the second half and so forth. But our sophomores, we're going to miss them. And those big guys in the middle are really a plus for us. So.
Yeah, those two big guys, I thought they were just about to come into their own, and didn't quite get there, but they've got a great future. So, and I wish the rest of these sophomores the best.
I know you do.
They need to go on and have a good career from here on. I was really hoping that we'd get it all together, and some of these fringe players like Sadeas and maybe another one or two would have a chance to get a pretty good place to go. But if you don't get to the big house, you don't get the
looks.
You don't get the options that you would if you when you do.
Well, Coach, I'm going to tell you real quick, I know that these guys, they think highly of you as well as I do, and I mean, you're nothing but a class act. So, I mean, you're Class A, you're number one, and these guys look up to you, and I look up to you, and so.
Thank you, Roger.
I appreciate sharing room with you on the road is always fun. So we always have our discussions, and that's good. So, I mean, but, like I said before, God's got his plans, and so we'll just have to move on and take it from here.
Yeah, we didn't play well enough to win tonight, so life goes on. The other team are very excited. We've made a lot of teams over the years happy, and I hate to do it, but we did it again tonight.
I know. All right, Coach. Well, I appreciate you, and I guess we'll look forward to next year and start it all over again for my fourth year. And I don't think I'm ever going to catch you, but but my fourth year, and I'm looking forward to it already. So
thank you, Roger.
All right, Coach. Thank you. That was Coach Bess. But he just ended his 47th season with the Raiders, and I'm telling you real quick, I wasn't lying. I mean, I hold a lot of high regards for Coach Bess, and it means a lot to me. So, kind of give you the final stat rundown, and we're going to close it out of here. Leading scorer of the game was D'Angelo Jackson with 25 points for the Highland Cougars. He ended up with 6 rebounds as well. had 5 assists. Followed by Dean with 18 points. So there was the 2 players we talked about. 9 points by Sestic, so we shut him down the second half. And then you had 8 points apiece by Carter and Bethel, 7 by Offord, and it looks like 2 apiece for rushing and for blocker. They end up shooting 23 of 46, so it's 50% on the button, 9 of 18 from the 9.8 from 18 from the three-point arc for 50%, and 6 of 12 from the free throw line for 50%. So they were a 50% team, but they were 50% the right side because they won 79-75. For the Raiders, Gabe in his final game wound up with 20 points, 4 of 7 from the field, 2 of 10 three-pointers, 6 of 7 from the free throw line. He had 4 rebounds as well. So followed by 13 points apiece by Cam Reedus and Aiden Saunders, who will get Aiden back next year. 12 points by Pip, and then it looks like 4 from Ronnie Carson, T, and Jeff Porter, and then 3 from Daniel, and then 2 from Sadeas. So, we kind of got handled. 21 of 46, the Raiders shot for 45.7%, 6 of 27 from the three-point arc for 22%. That's horrible. 15 of 21 for 71.4%. So, from the free throw line. In points off turnovers, Raiders 23-10. Second chance point, Raiders 15-4. Points off the bench, Raiders 21-19. We win in most of our categories, but we lose the game. So we're down 37-31 at half. They outscored us 44-42 in the second half to win by 4, 79-75. Largest lead was a 13-point lead by the Cougars when it was 52-39. Longest run was a Raider 12-2 run and a 11-0 run by the Cougars. No lead changes, been one tie. That was at 73-all. Block steals, Raiders up 10-4. Block shots 5-4 in favor of the Raiders. They had 19 turnovers. We had 12. And it's just like I said in the stat sheet, the Raiders should have won this game, but they didn't. So that's the end of that. So I want to congratulate all of our sophomores, and I'm talking about Sadeas, Cam, Gabe, T, and Pip, as they will move on. And, of course, Cam is heading down to UALR. It looks like Gabe maybe is going to be heading to Houston. And Pip, he's looking at some places, and I know that T is over there right now talking with a couple guys. And so, you just never know. But I've enjoyed calling their basketball games. They're great guys, and I love them to death. And I really wish them good luck in the future. And I will watch them like I watch Eustace, and like I watch Torrey and other Raiders. So like Lane Ballou and Jake down in Mississippi. So, hey, one more time, I want to thank our sponsors for everything. Without them, I would not be able to do this. But Poplar Bluff Regional Medical Center, Black River Medical Center, Kraft Miles and Tatum CPA, Key Drugs, Sterling Bank, Subway, Steak and Shake, Dental Arts Group, Baldwin Auto Group, Colton Steakhouse, and, of course, Bailey's Car Star Auto Body. We thank them so much for sponsoring Raider basketball this year, and hopefully they will continue their support next year, and the Raiders will start a new season next year without 5 sophomore players that are moving on. So, again, unfortunately, the Raiders dropped this contest to move to Hutch, 79-75 to the Highland Cougars out of Illinois, and congratulations to Coach Boyd and his squad as they will move on beginning a week from Monday in Hutchinson, Kansas. So, folks, thank you again. I love you all. I appreciate everything, and God is good, and it will get better. So, I just want to let you all know that, and we'll see everybody in church tomorrow. But, Brody, man, you've been a buddy all year again, and I appreciate that in the station. And, again, folks, this has been Raider Basketball. I'm Roger Burton, the voice of the Raiders. And until next year, around the end of October, beginning of November, this has been Raider Basketball for 2016-2017. I love you all. Good night, and we'll see you next year.